A lot of people like to talk about strange incidents at Disney theme parks. I guess because they're like, what? Disney World's the happiest place on Earth.
But something wrong happened there? That's crazy!
It is a popular topic of interest though. I personally find incidents at Six Flags parks pretty interesting. They just have their own special Six Flags flair to them, you know? They have more flags. Would this incident that I'm about to discuss happen at Disney World? No, because Disney World wouldn't host a metal music festival.
Disney's a great vacation destination, so is Australia. But Six Flags Great Adventure is just a hop, skip, and jump away. It's bigger than Disneyland and closer to home, with
no amusement park or theme park in their right mind would do that. But that's exactly what Six Flags did, and the events that took place resulted in metal music being banned from Six Flags. So yes, Six Flags threw a metal concert, but it was not just any metal concert, it was basically a metalcore concert. If you're unfamiliar with metalcore, it's kind of a fusion of metal and hardcore punk that evolved more and more over time, in a nutshell. The metalcore scene blew up in popularity in the early 2010s, and someone at Six Flags definitely noticed. Hot Topic went through its second renaissance period, and neon colors, they were epic.
Disrespect your surroundings!
So get your hair straightener and let's just throw down into it.
FestEVIL.
On September 29th, 2012, Six Flags held FestEVIL, a metal music festival as part of their annual Halloween-themed event, Fright Fest. It's a stupid name, and I'm just going to embrace sounding stupid while saying it. FestEVIL! FestEVIL. FestEVIL was... I don't like it anymore. FestEVIL was held at Six Flags Great Adventure, the chain's park located in Jackson, New Jersey. Tickets were $55 and park admission was included. The headlining bands were Falling in Reverse, We Came as Romans, and Born of Osiris. More than 20 bands were announced in total to play the festival, but it was the dangerous actions of one performer that had caused metal music to get banned from Six Flags. Metal music getting banned? To be fair, that's pretty metal.
Your staff is dying down here. Is that metal?
I hate to say it, but
Yeah, not to be contradictory, but it's very metal.
So yeah, apparently live metal music is banned from Six Flags, and it's all because of this one band. It is... Yep, it's Falling in Reverse. It's definitely Falling in Reverse. Which at the time looked like a scene band with mullets. They heavily took inspiration from glam hair metal, you know? You look at the lineup of this show and it's very 2012 scene. XD Roller Coasters: 3.
Ronnie Radke.
There was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day. When out of nowhere, this bus showed up.
Hello, Thurman. It's your first day of school.
The singer for Falling in Reverse, Ronnie Radke, is a well-known bad guy, but is also well known for his talents as a singer, musician, and performer. Ronnie started out in the band Escape the Fates. This was a scene band that was one of the first to embrace a more throwback hair metal style, a band that looks almost as Motley Crue as they do AFI. In 2008, Ronnie formed his current band Falling in Reverse. This is a band known for a diverse catalog of music styles. Like them or not, this band deserves recognition for their influential career, and it certainly takes talent to do what Ronnie Radke does as a performer and songwriter. Ronnie is the type of songwriter who has hooks for days. He knows damn well how to make a hit song on the charts, and on top of that, he's a very charismatic frontman. But like I said, he's got a reputation of a bad guy. Literally, he flexes it. Have you heard this song?
So why do good girls like bad guys?
It was this really big TikTok trend a few years ago, and it was awful.
I just wanna kiss your lips.
Aww.
The ones between your hips.
Oh. Anyways, he's supposedly a bad guy, right? How bad? A lot of people say, oh, Ronnie Radke, didn't he kill a guy? Well, Not exactly. When he was 22, he was involved in a meetup for an altercation near a high school. An 18-year-old was shot 3 times during an altercation by someone else who showed up with Ronnie Radke. Ronnie was charged with battery and he went on the run. Wanted by the law? Online on MySpace.
There's a big misconception that I'm a murderer and that I murdered somebody. A lot of people say I'm a murderer, or what else, Ryan? You're gay or something? Literally.
He says that too.
While on probation, he failed a drug test and spent a few years in prison. That's where he started forming ideas for Falling in Reverse. Fast forward to 2012, year of the Six Flags ban on metal music. In May of 2012, he was accused of physical assault by his then girlfriend. He was arrested and allegedly failed to show up for his court hearings. Simultaneously in May of 2012, Six Flags committed this. And 5 months following the physical assault accusations, Six Flags had Falling in Reverse performing at one of their parks. A quick Google search of Falling in Reverse could have hinted Six Flags that Radke is capable of violent behavior. News of the alleged domestic assault was making rounds up through August. The 2008 incident is no secret either. It directly led to the band's formation and was being increasingly mentioned more frequently. So, pretty gutsy move having Six Flags go through with this. And the risk did not pay off.
The FestEVIL incident.
So far, FestEVIL seemed to be going just fine. There's no crowd killers, walls of death, or Satan summoning. Just a tad bit of responsibly distanced hardcore dancing.
See the way he jumps up and down, alternating feet, hopping from one foot to the next? That is exactly how you do the brutal.
Still, like, really weird to see at a theme park, but whatever. So night falls and the show comes to its headlining act. Things heat up. Ronnie Radke calls for the biggest circle pit at one point.
Let me see the biggest circle pit. Show me a circle pit.
Again, just weird to see a circle pit at Six Flags. A circle pit at Six Flags. What are those words doing together? Falling in Reverse closed their set with the song The Drug in Me Is You. During the climax of a song, Ronnie Radke proclaimed, "Oh, fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck." I guess he was just really feeling it. He then threw his microphone and 3 microphone stands into the crowd, said thank you, and left the stage. You can hear the person filming the clip gasping, saying, "Oh my god." They are genuinely scared. Subjecting your crowd to this is pretty terrifying. Microphones and microphone stands are heavy. When crowds pack in, especially during the final song, there's nowhere for the audience members to dodge out of the way of a flying microphone. When people are shoulder to shoulder, the last thing you should do is put them in the line of fire. 2 people were injured in the result of the airborne microphone equipment. One of the 2 injured was a 24-year-old man. He said about his head injuries, "I went to touch it and I felt my finger go into the wound and I said, 'There's a dent in my head! There's a dent in my head!'" It took 3 staples to close the cut on his head. I saw the pictures and they are not YouTube friendly, so I can't share them in the video. Blood was running down the side of his face. It was not good. The second victim was a 16-year-old girl who had also received a cut on the head that required staples as well. She was also diagnosed with a concussion. You gave a concussion to a minor. Radke was arrested in his dressing room after the show on aggravated assault charges. He was released on $25,000 bail.
The aftermath.
It's a little silly how Six Flags banned metal when Falling in Reverse fuses so many genres together.
I'm so high on misery. Transmission from the start.
All of that is Falling in Reverse.
Running from something that's killing me, dealing with such an accomplishment.
All of that is one song, what the f***? But this was basically a 2012 metalcore festival, so metal retained its stigma in the 2010s as being a violent genre. In all honesty, not holding metalcore shows at Six Flags is the best call. And I say that totally preferring metal music over "I want you to be happier." But you're Six Flags. not the Warped Tour. The concert was presented in collaboration with a third party, but ultimately Six Flags was responsible for agreeing to this festival in the first place. Oh, I'm sorry, FestEVIL. I almost sounded stupid there for a second. Six Flags Great Adventure Communications Director Kristen Siebenecker gave her statement on the incident. This was the first metal show that we've ever had, and it will be the last. We have no plans to host another metal show. This performer was completely reckless. He had a complete disregard for safety of his fans. His actions were totally unacceptable, and it's not the type of entertainment that we want to be producing. Ronnie Radke is probably banned from Six Flags, right? Which we all know is a worse punishment than a death sentence. No more El Toro? Ronnie did apologize for the incident 2 years later when asked in an interview if he regrets any of his past mistakes. Radke is quick to point at the FestEVIL incident in his response. He says that he apologizes profusely and he will never do it again. Then he says, "I went to jail for that, dude. I got treated like a criminal who intentionally tried to injure little kids, but that's not my thing." Has Ronnie gotten better? In that same 2014 interview, Radke was asked if he still has other lessons to learn. He says, "I'm still trying to learn how to deal with anger when it comes to immediacy and impulse. If somebody says something to me, then I want to learn how to take a deep breath, think about it in my mind, and respond accordingly." That was in 2014. Here's a tweet from 2019 of Radke threatening to punch a YouTube music reviewer in the face for not liking his music. So, I'm inclined to say that Falling in Reverse is the best band of all time. Radke seems to have stayed out of trouble with the law in the last 5 or so years. He also seems to be more positive in general these days. A lot of people seem to agree on this. But, he still gets caught tweeting some really stupid and harmful stuff. Some of it puts a really sour taste in my mouth. This being one example as recent as last year, and it was never deleted. So, this is the part of the video where I thought I was gonna say Ronnie might not be that bad of a person as people make him out to be, but this rabbit hole just made it harder and harder to make that conclusion, so I'm just going to say this. Don't insult people online for their appearance, don't threaten violence against others when you have a young, impressionable fan base.
The truth of the matter is that I'm a human being. I have an anger problem, and I'm an artist, so I'm crazy.
There's still a lot of room for improvement for Ronnie. The only good thing I'll say about him is that when he talks about donating to charity, you can tell that he's extremely passionate about it. And that's the story of the first and last Six Flags Metal Festival. This incident is one of the most unusual amusement park incidents that I have ever heard of. I hope you liked the video. This was my most voted on video topic idea over on Instagram, so thank you so much for the encouragement. Like the video if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to be subscribed to the channel, and drop a comment below telling me which color your Neon Osiris shoes were in 2012. This has been Zero Credits Remaining, and just be kind to each other.